Have you ever felt completely overwhelmed and disillusioned with the world around you? If you're a millennial or Gen Z, chances are you have. Let's talk about it. Greetings, my name is Paul from the MLA Foundation, where we reclaim management to serve people and society. The topic of today's short discussion is responsibility as a superpower, how taking ownership separates you from the crowd. So you did everything you were supposed to do. You got the education, followed the rules, and yet you find yourself here struggling in a chaotic society with an uncertain future. Wages stagnant, the cost of living skyrocketing, and the planet's problems are just depressing. It's exhausting, I get it. And feeling disillusioned is completely understandable. In fact, it's not even your fault that the world is so turbulent. Your frustration and fatigue is completely valid. So what do many of us do in response? We retreat. We seek comfort in what feels safe and controllable. Maybe you lose yourself in video games, or binge watch some shows, or doom scroll endlessly. Some form of escape from reality. These comfort zones provide relief and a sense of control that the outside world is not giving you. Now, it's natural to want a break, but the problem is living in constant escape mode means giving up control of your life, letting circumstances or other people dictate your future. You might wake up one day feeling stuck, realizing you aren't even the main character in your own story. Now, if that strikes a chord, pause and take a breath. There's no judgment here. In fact, the real issue in most of our lives isn't that we don't know what to do. It's that we don't do what we already know. In other words, deep down, you may know what the right thing to do is. Maybe it's applying for that program, or starting that project, or reaching out for help. But actually doing it just feels overwhelming. Now, it's easier to stay in the comfort zone. This feeling isn't laziness or weakness on your part, but, and this is a big but, what if the very thing that we are shying away from is the key to turning everything around? What if the secret ingredient we're missing is the one thing that's so counterintuitive? Responsibility. Now, it might sound strange at first. Responsibility? That doesn't sound fun or powerful. That just sounds like more weight on my shoulders, right? Bear with me. I want to share a perspective how seeing responsibility as a superpower actually gives you back control and sets you apart from the crowd. To better understand this, let's talk about a familiar hero who embodies this idea. Imagine Gotham City at midnight. Crime and chaos in the streets, villains on the loose, citizens afraid. The city needs a hero, the one it deserves, the Dark Knight. Now, Batman is an interesting figure, okay? Because unlike many other superheroes, he has no superhuman abilities. He's not bulletproof, can't fly, no super strength, no super speed, no spidey sense, nothing. Bruce Wayne is just a guy, albeit a very rich and smart guy, but physically, biologically, he's just a human being. So what is it that actually makes him a hero? People might say, oh, it's because he's a billionaire with a bunch of cool gadgets. Sure, money helps him buy tech and training, but let's be real. Plenty of other folks have the exact same advantage, but they are not heroes. So Batman's true strength is not his wealth. It's his sense of responsibility. Now think about it. We all know the story, right? As a child, Bruce Wayne was a victim of crime in Gotham City. He lost his parents. Now, as an adult, he could just throw money at the city's problems from a boardroom, right? And enjoy his playboy lifestyle. But instead, he personally takes on the responsibility for the safety of its citizens. Gotham's crime problem has become his problem. Batman essentially says, I have the ability to do the right thing, so I should do it. This self-imposed duty is what drives him to train, to study science, to gain detective skills. His commitment is what allows him, an ordinary man, to go toe-to-toe with extraordinary challenges. Batman's superpower is an unshakable sense of responsibility. And here's the fascinating part. He doesn't boast about this. In fact, he quietly operates in the shadows, doing what needs to be done. He's not looking for applause or permission. He's internally driven by his mission. His sense of responsibility sets him apart. He doesn't have to say he's special. His actions prove it. As Peter Drucker succinctly puts it, problems go away because someone does something about them. Batman is the someone doing something about Gotham's problems. And guess what? You can be that someone in your own story. No, I'm not saying you should put on a cape and grapple hook your enemies. The Batman example is just an analogy, meaning when you take ownership of a problem, you gain the power to solve it. Batman isn't real, and most of us aren't dealing with supervillains. but we all have our own challenges and goals, right? The principle here is the same. By saying, I'm responsible for this, you unleash effort and creativity you didn't know you had. In everyday life, the people who quietly assume responsibilities are the leaders who stand out. They're the colleagues who, when a project is falling apart, step in to organize the team. They're the friends who, when everyone is indecisive about doing something, take charge to make something happen. They're the students who, instead of blaming a bad teacher, double down to actually learn the material themselves. These people often rise above the crowd, not through just talent alone, but through reliability and their initiative. A big part of Drucker's famous work, Managing Oneself, is about knowing yourself, your strengths, your values, and how you work best. This way, you can direct your life effectively. Self-knowledge is the foundation of self-responsibility. Batman knew he was capable of more and had the values to guide himself. Similarly, you need to know what you're good at and what matters to you. Drucker wrote, "Success in the knowledge economy comes from those who know themselves, their strengths, their values, and how they best perform." When you know yourself, you can see where you can make the biggest impact. Instead of drifting around, you start to actively place yourself in situations where your contribution really counts. Drucker argued that each of us should regularly ask the question, what can I contribute? Which is a powerful question. Instead of, what do I want right now? Which is how we typically tend to think when looking to escape reality, it shifts our mindset to, what value can I create? What problem can I help solve? Think back to Batman. He saw what he could contribute, which is becoming a symbol of justice for Gotham. That became his mission. In our own lives, our future can be our mission too. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Maybe you have a talent for design. Your contribution could be focusing on becoming the best designer out there and helping others turn their ideas into reality. Or if you're great at listening, your contribution might be supporting a friend through some tough times. The specific action here isn't as important as the mindset of ownership. So when you start looking for how you can help or improve a situation, you automatically become a doer, not a complainer. And doers, even the quiet ones, make an impact. Now, taking on responsibility is not easy. And let's be honest, it can be scary to say, I'll take care of this, especially when you're feeling uncertain. You might worry that you'll fail or be criticized. But here's something encouraging. Responsibility is a skill you build over time, like a muscle. You don't go from zero to Batman overnight. The key is to start small and close to home. And that brings us to how you can embrace this superpower in your own life. So how do you wield the superpower of responsibility? The answer is step by step. First for yourself, then for your family and friends, community, and beyond. Think of it as expanding circles of influence, starting at the center of you, then widening outwards towards others. Each step is an opportunity to grow stronger and make a bigger difference. So step 1, start with yourself. Take responsibility for your own growth and decisions. If you're stuck, take ownership and identify one action that you can do, such as learning a new skill, organizing your time, getting enough sleep, eating healthy, etc., etc. Hold yourself accountable for daily choices. Drucker believed in self-management, aka you are the CEO of You Incorporated. Now, this is a little pressure, but it also represents freedom to steer in a new direction, which builds confidence and proves you are able to do this all along. Now, be patient. Owning mistakes is learning. To paraphrase Drucker, people grow based on the demands they make on themselves. By challenging yourself gently but consistently, your capacity grows with your courage to take ownership. Step 2, take responsibility in your relationships, which means extending reliability to those around you. Follow through on plans, maybe organize the household, or start reaching out with people regularly. This quiet commitment is leadership and builds trust. Make sure to practice empathy as a part of responsibility. Being the supportive glue in your relationships propels you towards a more more purposeful life. Step 3, broaden to society and the bigger picture. Now, by this stage, you understand how being responsible uplifts other people. This could mean staying informed and engaged with your community, or choosing a career path that maximizes your contribution and your abilities, or focusing on helping people instead of just getting a paycheck. Now, this is a lifelong expansion that influences society. Just like the Cape Crusader, you make the world better by contributing to positive results. Before we wrap up, let's address a possible doubt. Isn't taking on all this responsibility heavy and stressful? It can be, yes, but it's also empowering and liberating. Realizing that you are the hero that you've been waiting for all along shifts your mindset. Life still remains difficult, but you become the protagonist, actively shaping your story. Now, Drucker saw this shift happening in the modern world. He noted that in the past, people had very defined paths and could expect institutions to guide their careers. But not anymore. Drucker stated, with opportunity comes responsibility. Companies today aren't managing their employees' careers. Knowledge workers must, effectively, be their own chief executive officers. In other words, no one is coming to chart your path for you. You have more freedom than ever to choose your own direction, which is exciting, but it also means you're in charge of yourself. In essence, you have to be the Batman for your own life. You have to take ownership. It's up to you to assess your strengths, decide where you belong, and push yourself forward. Instead of thinking, I can't do anything, you ask, what can I do? This action brings energy and hope that escapism cannot. So in a nutshell, responsibility is a quiet superpower that separates you from the passive crowd. Although it doesn't seek attention, people notice reliability and are drawn to those who can follow through with their words. Most importantly, each challenge that you face builds up your confidence and your capabilities. You become a source of stability, someone who faces chaos calmly because you've handled responsibility before. Now, this is a true superpower in today's world. As Peter Drucker said, you cannot predict the future, but you can create it. So embrace responsibility as your own superpower and shape your path. Don't leave your fate in the hands of others. Your future is yours to live, and you possess the strength to define it. Of all the battles out there, this is probably the one that's most worth fighting for. So what do you think? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this discussion, please let me know by hitting that like button and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. If there's someone you know who might benefit from this video or might be interested, please share this video with them. It's your efforts that really help this channel grow. Thank you so much for your attention. Please take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.